The biggest mistake ambitious people make is trying to look big before they actually are. They walk into rooms trying to dominate, they speak loudly about future plans. They try to signal power before building it, and the moment they do, resistance shows up. Competition increases, pressure rises, expectations grow heavy. But there's another path, a smarter one. Act small, build power, and when the time comes, step forward already prepared. Today we're breaking down why acting small is not weakness, why it's one of the most underrated power strategies, and how you can use it to quietly build real influence. If you respect strategic thinking and silent advantage, hit like and subscribe to Playing Possum right now, because this channel is for people who want controlled growth, not loud attention. Acting small does not mean thinking small. It means controlling how much of your ambition, skill, and capability you reveal at the beginning. Most people misunderstand power. They think power is visible, but real power is often invisible until it's undeniable. When you act small, people relax around you. They don't measure themselves against you. They don't feel threatened. They don't prepare defenses. And that relaxation gives you something extremely valuable: space. Space to learn. Space to test. Space to connect. Space to grow without interference. When you try to look big too early, you invite comparison. Comparison creates insecurity. Insecurity creates resistance. Even if nobody says it openly, subtle opposition begins. People question your ideas more aggressively. They hold back support. They test your confidence. But when you act small, they underestimate you. Underestimation lowers pressure. Lower pressure improves performance. Improved performance builds real power. Think about how this works in a new environment. You join a team, a company, or a new circle. One person walks in trying to impress everyone immediately. They speak often, correct others, highlight their achievements. Another person listens more, asks questions, contributes carefully, and learns the system first. 6 months later, the quiet one understands the structure better. They know who influences decisions. They know which processes actually matter. They know the real culture behind the official culture. That knowledge becomes leverage. Acting small early gives you observation time. Observation time becomes strategic clarity. Strategic clarity becomes advantage. Power built without clarity is unstable. Power built with clarity is durable. Another reason acting small works is expectation control. When expectations are high from day one, every move is judged heavily. Mistakes feel bigger. Experiments feel risky. But when expectations are low, mistakes are forgiven. You can adjust quietly. You can improve without public embarrassment. You can refine your approach without constant scrutiny. That freedom to experiment accelerates growth. Acting small protects your learning phase. Most people sabotage their own learning by rushing into performance mode. They want to look impressive before becoming effective. But performance without preparation cracks under pressure. Acting small gives you time to prepare deeply before stepping into bigger roles. There is also an emotional advantage. When you're not trying to look dominant, you stay calmer. Calm minds make better decisions. Loud ego creates rushed reactions. Rushed reactions create unnecessary conflicts. Acting small reduces ego battles. You stop trying to win every conversation. You stop reacting to every challenge. You focus on long-term positioning instead of short-term validation. That shift alone changes outcomes dramatically over time. Let's talk about information. People share information differently depending on how they perceive you. If they see you as powerful or threatening, they filter what they say. They hide details. They protect their interests. But if they see you as harmless or still learning, they open up. They explain processes. They reveal motivations. They overshare sometimes. Information is power. The one who understands the system best often wins the system. Acting small increases access to that understanding. There's also a strategic element of surprise. When you gradually reveal capability instead of displaying everything at once, your growth feels impressive. Surprise amplifies impact. If people expect little and you deliver strongly, their perception shifts dramatically. If people expect brilliance from the start, delivering brilliance feels normal. Same performance, different reaction. Managing perception is part of building power. Acting small also reduces envy. Visible ambition can trigger quiet competition. People don't always compete loudly. Sometimes they compete silently. They withhold support. They delay responses. They question motives. But when you act small, envy sleeps. You grow with less friction. Friction slows progress more than lack of talent. Smooth growth compounds faster than dramatic growth. Another overlooked benefit is adaptability. When you are not loudly attached to a strong identity, you can pivot as only. If strategies change, you adjust quietly. If opportunities shift, you reposition smoothly. Big public identity can trap you. Small public posture keeps you flexible. Flexibility wins in changing environments. The Playing Possum mindset is rooted in this principle. Reduce display, increase depth. You don't shrink your ambition, you protect it. You don't deny your skill, you refine it privately. Acting small is not about insecurity. It's about timing. Timing determines whether strength feels threatening or inspiring. Early strength can trigger defense. Late strength can command respect. Sequence matters. First learn, then build, then reveal. Many people reverse this order and pay the price. Let's talk about conflict situations. When someone tries to challenge you publicly, acting small can diffuse tension. Instead of escalating, you stay measured. Instead of reacting emotionally, you respond calmly. Often, the aggressor loses momentum when they don't get the reaction they expected. Emotional control is quiet power. Power that does not react impulsively feels stable. Stability builds trust. Trust builds influence. Influence builds real authority over time. Acting small also sharpens your listening skills. When you speak less, you hear more. You detect tone shifts. You notice hesitation. You observe body language. These details reveal more than words. Loud participants miss these cues because they are focused on speaking. Quiet observers collect them because they are focused on understanding. Understanding people gives you strategic advantage in almost any situation. There's also the power of compounding skill. When you are not busy maintaining a big image, you can invest more time in improvement. Skill grows in private. Mastery grows in repetition. Repetition requires humility. Acting small keeps you humble enough to practice without constant need for applause. Applause is addictive. Addiction slows growth. Quiet practice accelerates it. Think about long-term success stories. Many appear sudden, but behind the visible rise was a long invisible phase. Hidden work, quiet discipline, small public presence, big private effort. Acting small during the building phase allows you to strengthen foundations before adding visibility. Without foundation, visibility becomes pressure. With foundation, visibility becomes opportunity. It's important to understand this clearly. Acting small does not mean thinking you are small. It means choosing not to project your full size immediately. There is strength in restraint. When you don't show everything at once, you keep leverage. Scarcity increases value. If you reveal every skill early, your growth appears flat. If you reveal gradually, your growth appears exponential. Perception shapes opportunity. Opportunity shapes trajectory. Another practical advantage is reduced interference. When your goals are loud, opinions attack them. Opinions create doubt. Doubt slows action. When your goals grow quietly, they grow protected. You build momentum before external voices weigh in. Momentum is fragile in early stages. Protect it. Acting small protects it. Let's bring this to daily application. In your next meeting, contribute thoughtfully instead of frequently. In your next negotiation, show calm patience instead of urgency. In new environments, learn the landscape before making bold moves. In early projects, build proof before promotion. Let results speak first. When your results are undeniable, stepping forward becomes natural instead of forced. Power feels authentic when it's earned quietly. If you've stayed with me this far, you already understand something most people miss. Big talk feels powerful in the moment. Small posture feels strategic over time. Time multiplies strategy. Strategy builds real power. Acting small early allows you to build without constant resistance. Then when the moment comes to expand, you expand from strength, not from ego. That's the difference between fragile power and durable power. If this message resonated with you, comment "build quietly" below so I know you're thinking long term. Share this video with someone who keeps trying to look powerful too early. And subscribe to Playing Possum for more deep psychological strategy and silent power moves. Because in many real-life games, the ones who act small at the start often build the biggest power in the end.